Welcome back to Mental Health Bites. I'm Dr. Judy Ho. In this podcast, we cover a timely topic related to psychology, answer one of your burning questions, and leave you with a practical tip to improve your mental health every single day. Let's dive right in to the timely topic of the day. Have you seen this viral trend called Delulu? Well, Delulu is the Solulu, according to some TikTok stars and celebrities. But what does that even mean when someone says, I'm in my Delulu era? At face value, Delulu is short for delusional. Now, that's actually a clinical term to describe a type of symptom where you are not grounded in reality and you may be manifesting ideas that don't make sense and don't have any logic or reason. But it's become a tongue in cheek way to describe unwavering and sometimes unrealistic confidence. People are imagining their dream relationships, luxury careers, and wild success before any of it is remotely real. And here's the twist: sometimes it seems to work. Believe it or not, there's actually a scientific foundation that might have started this Delulu trend. Psychologists have long studied the power of visualization. This is the act of mentally stimulating a desired outcome. It's a technique used by Olympians, CEOs, performers, and even patients in recovery. Research shows that mental imagery activates the same neural circuits as real experiences. For example, a study by Guan Yu in 2004 at the Cleveland Clinic found that just imagining lifting weights increased muscle strength by 13.5% in their participants. Another study published in the Sports Psychologist showed that athletes who practice visualization alongside physical training performed better than those who only trained physically. So, what is the difference between Delulu and visualization? Well, visualization is grounded in intentionality. There's action and purpose behind this type of visualization. It's also paired with realism and feedback loops so that this mental rehearsal can lead to real outcomes. Delulu culture, in contrast, can actually drift into wishful thinking. It's not always goal directed. Sometimes it becomes emotional escapism. This reminds me of when vision boards were very popular and people would create all these amazing vision boards, but they weren't actually taking specific steps to reach the goals that they outlined on their vision boards. And at the end of the year, it would just result in disappointment and them beating themselves up when actually you could have seen this outcome from way, way in the beginning. So Delulu and visualization are different, but they also share one important thing in common, and that is self-perception change. This means that when you believe a new version of yourself is possible, it's more likely that new version will be achieved at some point in time, especially when it's paired with action and intentionality. So why is Delulu so alluring? Hey, let's be honest. Life is hard. We're in an era of burnout, doom scrolling, uncertainty, and people's mental health are being hijacked. Delulu culture is a rebellion against hopelessness. It helps people to imagine that change is possible. And even if it feels like fantasy, it can temporarily boost your mood, allow you to think differently about your life. And if that leads to acting differently, then that's really powerful. But where it goes wrong is when people mistake belief for entitlement, when they expect results without any effort. Or worse, when it becomes a shield against facing trauma, setbacks, or their reality. That's when Delulu turns from hopeful to harmful. But when used wisely, it's actually a self-affirming cognitive hack. And today's listener question will really help to drive this point home. Let's move right into the Q&A segment. So today's listener question comes from Tiffany in Georgia. And Tiffany says, "Hey, Dr. Judy, I love this idea of Delulu confidence, and I'm seeing it everywhere on my social media. But sometimes I worry I'm just avoiding my problems. How can I tell the difference between positive self-belief and just denial?" Tiffany, I love this question because this is that psychological tightrope we were just talking about. So here's the difference. Empowering self-belief says, I know this vision is a stretch, but I'm working towards it and I can actually see a path to achieving this goal. Delusional avoidance, as a form of coping, says, yeah, it's already mine or it's gonna be mine, while ignoring realities and responsibilities. So, to really check this out, ask yourself, am I acting in alignment with this vision or just imagining it? Am I still open to feedback or do I become immediately defensive when someone challenges it? Finally, do I have an actual plan or is this just plain vibes? When Delulu becomes a distraction from dealing with your real problems and processing real emotions, that's your red flag. But when it helps you stretch your self concept and override negative self talk, that can be incredibly adaptive and a great coping strategy. Good luck, Tiffany. I know you can do it. Let's move into the practical tip of the day. Here's how to turn Delulu energy into real psychological advantage, no magical thinking required. First step is to create a Delulu vision statement. Write a 1 to 2 sentence mantra that captures your quote unquote delusional dream. So, an example: I'm a confident public speaker who inspires thousands, maybe millions to heal. Hey, make it bold but emotionally resonant. Make sure to check in with your why. Why are you connecting to this goal so much? It should excite your nervous system and stretch your self image. And it should be something that, if you could really think through it, is something you might be able to achieve in the next few years of your life. Second step, anchor it in reality with action steps. For every vision, attach one small behavior. You want to be a best selling author? Commit to writing for 20 minutes a day. You want to land your dream job? Polish your LinkedIn, network once a week. Remember, delusion without discipline is just denial. So make sure that you're creating small goals that will lead to this bigger outcome. It would be helpful to use the laddering technique. The laddering technique means that you're essentially creating small goals along the way, like you're climbing steps on a ladder. And after every few achievements of these small goals, make sure to celebrate your wins. Step 3, reality check ritual. So, this is going to be a journal entry that you do weekly. Every Sunday, ask yourself these questions and respond candidly. What's working? What setbacks showed up? Am I still moving with integrity towards the Delulu vision? And you know what? Sometimes it's okay if your vision gets adjusted. Maybe your goal is going to be adjusted over time because as you take action steps, you're seeing what's possible and what might not be feasible. And this is a great way to use your Sunday journal check in. Finally, use the what if it works frame. Your brain is wired for prediction. When fear kicks in, disrupt it with this question: but what if it does work? That single thought can redirect your internal narrative and reduce self sabotaging actions. Thanks everyone for tuning in to this episode of Mental Health Bites. If you found this episode helpful, there's plenty more where that came from. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and leave a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you have. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends and family who might find it useful. Stay tuned for more helpful mental health content, and until next time, take care of your mental health.